Hi, it's Sandy Freshy. It's April 30th. It's Monday morning, April 30th, 2018, and I am time stamping this because you may not know it, but I actually owe you one more video for the month of April. So this is it. So I decided just to get on. I know that the sun is not in the right place, the lighting is not in the right place for my office, but I wanted to just share with you quickly some things about the human design chart and sharing. Sharing shows up in the collective circuitry of the human design chart, and I went ahead and drew it out. If you have any of these channels or gates that are on sort of the outside of the chart, you have collective circuitry. And that means that you are designed to share things in an impersonal way, like your impact in the world or what you bring forth through the themes of those channels and gates is sort of an impersonal thing that gets shared with others. So why this is important, or why I decided to talk about this morning, is because I had a direct experience of my own collective circuitry, and actually the two channels that make up the definition in my chart are actually collective. So everything that I kind of radiate out in terms of my own strengths has to do with this sharing in an impersonal way. And these videos that I do, I've come to realize, are part of an expression of that collective impersonal kind of sharing. So the downside to that is, especially if you've been blogging a while or doing YouTube videos or Facebook videos, and you feel like you're putting them out there, you don't want to put them out there because you're hearing crickets. That's a big detractor for a lot of people. If you have collective circuitry, it kind of even works for you to do that, if that's what you're called to do, if that's what you really feel in your heart is your medium. Whether it's blogging or videos or podcasts or whatever it is, if that's your medium, you find your medium, I want to encourage you just to continue to do that, because I had an experience this weekend where I spent the whole weekend at a local spiritual conference. And even though I don't see a lot of what I would call, big engagement on my YouTube channel or when I share videos to Facebook, I do see a little. So I know people are watching. I know you guys are watching. And by the way, like and share if you want other people to watch and you like my content. But I didn't know who was watching, which is probably good for someone with a lot of collective circuitry. And then this weekend, I actually got to find out who was watching, because quite a few people came up to me and said, hey, I watch your videos. I'm really following. I think right now I'm doing a sequence on the spleen center in the human design chart. And people have gave me feedback over the weekend about how they're following that and they're finding it very valuable. So every once in a while, the universe kind of gives you a little push, but that's not the reason that I do these videos. I do these videos because this collective circuitry that I'm wired with up here and down here, it requires me to continually practice things, especially on the logic side of my circuitry, continually practice things so that I can master them. So if you are called toward video, or if you're called toward blogging or sharing in some kind of way, and you really feel that this is correct for you, you're not necessarily doing the videos if you have collective circuitry to get the business, or to sell something or anything like that. You're actually, or as someone, if you're wired collectively, you're actually practicing. You're practicing for engagement that comes to you in alignment with your strategy and authority. So For me, I'm a projector. So I'm just practicing sharing and practicing this medium that I'm called to use for the purpose of sharing, for the times when I am invited into sharing more. So I get practiced at sharing. I'm getting practiced in the medium of using video to share, getting comfortable with it. The more I do it, the easier it becomes. And the less inhibited I am about doing it. So whether or not you have that collective circuitry, and I'll put this up here one more time if you want to stop the screen and just take a look at your chart. And by the way, you can get your chart or find out how you can get your chart by going to my website. I'll post that down below. And if you have some of this collective circuitry and you feel inspired to share in whatever way you want to share, just know that that sharing is usually effective or comes across naturally in these impersonal kind of modalities or impersonal kinds of ways that you can share. And it probably feels very comfortable for you. And if you're holding yourself back because you're afraid that there's not going to be a response, don't let that hold you back, because your wiring requires that you continue to either have that experience over and over or continue to perfect what you're doing or how you're doing it. And if you have the other types of circuitry, you may be compelled to share in other ways. If that's the case, just follow your authority, follow what you feel is correct for you, and you will share for the right reasons in the right ways for you. So tomorrow is the first day of May. We're starting with the Splenic Clinic. I will be coming out with the dates on that and the format on that very shortly, probably in the next video. And if you're not subscribed and you've looked at those videos, you're interested in learning more, please do subscribe to my channel or go to my website and sign up for my newsletter. And I'll be happy to send you more information as we go along. So until the next time, have a wonderful week, and we will talk again soon.